Let's have a quick conversation about Cash App and how the whole application works. So here are the general considerations I want you to think about. When you think about Cash App, I want you to think about, first of all, I want you to think about a fintech behind the app. And Cash App is really a P2P payment app that lets individuals like you and me quickly send, receive, and invest money. That's really what it is. And Block Incorporated, formerly Square Incorporated, launched the app initially named Square Cash in 2013. So that's about 10 years ago. And so what they actually did was they actually launched this app to compete with mobile payment apps like Venmo and PayPal. Okay. And Cash App is really a financial platform, not a bank. So that's really important to remember. It's not a bank. It provides banking services and debit cards through its bank partners. The balance in your account is insured by the FDIC, that's for sure. But that insurance happens through partner banks. And Cash App provides investing services through Cash App Investing LLC, registered with the SEC as a broker dealer and a member of the Financial Industry Regulation Authority. So you can see that Cash App is not really a bank, but it really acts as a financial institution. Okay, they're doing a lot of things. They're doing a lot of things. They do budgeting. They do lending. They do investing. They do everything. Okay, and so through Cash App, you can send and receive money, get a debit card, and receive direct deposits. That's kind of cool because basically that's what we call a neobank. So Cash App really acts as a neobank, but it's not a bank. Okay, and so everything happens through its partner banks. And what I want to say here is that the investing feature within Cash App lets users like you and me invest in stocks for as little as $1. That's really good. And this is done by buying a portion of a stock called a fractional share. And consumers can also buy, sell, or transfer Bitcoin through the app. So that's kind of cool. And with Cash App taxes, formerly a Credit Karma tax, users like you and me can file their taxes for free. And with this feature, when you really think about it, Cash App is quickly becoming a one-stop shop for financial services. So long story short, when you close your eyes and think about Cash App, think about a one-stop shop. Taxes, budgeting, investing, lending, everything. So I want to go a little more granular here. So the question is, how does Cash App really work? So to use Cash App, you must first download the mobile app available for iOS and Android. So everything happens primarily actually via mobile. Okay. You can also sign up for an account online. That's for sure. So the app features several tabs for its various services. Like I said a little earlier, you have banking, debit card, payments, investing, and Bitcoin. Okay. And what I want to say here is that you're able to send and receive money. So after setting up a Cash App account, you'll need to link it to an existing bank account. So once the payment source is connected, you can send or receive money through the mobile app, and users can enter a dollar amount from the green payment tab and tap request or pay to create a payment. And so what happens here is that each Cash App user creates a unique username called a cash tag. So cash tag, basically you have a dollar sign before. So that's actually so if I ask you what's your cash tag, I'm really mean your unique username. And you can find individuals and businesses by searching for their cash tag in Cash App. Then you can request or transfer funds. So that kind of sort of works like Twitter, not called X, right? You can find the handle or the tag or the user, and so that's kind of cool. And you can choose actually to send funds from your Cash App balance or your linked funding source. So this can be your bank account, or I mean your checking account or savings account. So that's for sending and receiving money. What about transfer money? Because that's also a possibility that is totally is actually there in Cash App. So any amount you receive via Cash App is added to your Cash App balance by default. And you can keep it there or transfer it to a linked bank account. And Cash App does charge a fee for instant transfers. That's how they make most of the money, by the way. And so they charge a fee for instant transfers. And this can go from anywhere from 0.5% to 1.75% of the transfer amount with a minimum fee of 25 cents. Okay. But the thing is, you can choose also a standard no fee transfer, which typically takes $1 to $3 business days to complete to actually complete. So that's really what it is. If you are willing to wait, that's fine. Let's talk about adding money. So to add money to your Cash App account, you want to navigate to the app's banking tab and select Add Cash, and you want to enter the decided amount and tap Add. Pretty straightforward, by the way. What about save money? So Cash App added a savings feature last year. I mean, up until COVID, they were actually mulling the idea of having a savings feature, and they finally added it last year. And so users like you and me can now set money aside in savings without leaving the app. There are no fees or minimum balance requirements associated with Cash App's savings feature. If you remember earlier, I was telling you that Cash App is trying to become a one-stop money shop, if you will. So to save money using the app, tap on the Money tab, which then lets you create specific savings goals and choose a goal-appropriate emoji. So what we love about the Cash App is that they have actually gamified the whole process. So you have a process of gamification that's actually inherent in the whole in the way Cash App really works. Okay, so you can contribute to your savings from your Cash App balance or a linked payment source like a debit card or bank account. And to withdraw funds, you'll first need to transfer the money to your Cash App balance before sending it to an external account. And this is actually one thing that we are not really happy about. But hey, listen, it is what it is. Unfortunately, the savings feature within Cash App doesn't earn interest, so there is no way to maximize your savings potential like you could with the best high yield savings account on the market right now. I mean, you have banks that are even paying you like a 5% APY to actually keep your money. 5%. But when you really think about it, the savings feature is still a nice feature for Cash App users who want to set and track savings goal progress within the app. And also, you have within Cash App, you have roundups for savings. Another savings feature within Cash App is called roundups for savings. This feature lets users like you and me with an activated Cash App card round up card transactions to the nearest dollar and automatically transfer the spare change to a Cash App savings balance. So that's kind of cool. And you can turn this feature on and off whenever you want by navigating to your savings balance within the app. And for individuals who frequently use their Cash App card for purchases, this can be a great way to boost savings toward chosen goals without much work. That's kind of cool. So let's talk about the target audience here. When people talk about Cash App, who can really use the app? Well, Cash App is actually for individuals ages 13 and older. So if your son or daughter is at least 13, she can actually be registered on Cash App, and she can have her own or his own cash tag. Okay, and users age 13 to 17 require approval from a parent or a guardian to access expanded Cash App features like P2P transactions, direct deposit, and a Cash App card. And other features such as investing and Bitcoin are only available for Cash App users who are at least 18 years of age. So Cash App just wants to make sure that they're actually targeting folks who are already in their who already passed their majority. And so does Cash App really offer a debit card? Because if you really if you really stick to the idea that Cash App wants to become a one-stop shop, the question is, do they have a debit card? Yes. Cash App users can receive a Cash App card, which is really a debit card tied to their Cash App account. And like most debit cards, the Cash App card can be used to make purchases online and in person. You can also add your Cash App card to digital wallets like Apple Pay or Google Pay. And users like you and me can also use the Cash App card at ATM, so that's kind of cool. The only thing is that, remember, Cash App charges a $2.50 fee per ATM transaction. So you want to limit those ATM transactions to to a small number. Okay. In addition, the ATM owner may charge a separate fee for ATM use, so be very careful there as well. And for users who receive direct deposits of at least $300 every month, Cash App reimburses ATM fees, including one-third party ATM fee per 31-day period. So basically, when you think about Cash App, the app just wants you to use to really transact through the app electronically. Once you start thinking about having real life transactions, Cash App is really discouraging that. I mean, they're not saying it openly, but they don't like that. So that's why they're charging you for it. And so each receipt of qualifying direct deposits of $300 or more within a month extends your ATM fee reimbursements for an additional 31 days. So that's kind of cool. And so Cash App card transactions are subject to the following withdrawal limits. So $7,000 per day, $10,000 per week, and $15,000 per month. Let's talk a little bit about cost here. Let's talk about fees, transaction fees, all kinds of fees. So what does it cost to use Cash App? Well, when you think about it, it really costs nothing to download the Cash App and create an account. That's for sure. And Cash App doesn't charge fees for many of its services. Standard transfers from a Cash App balance to a linked bank account are fee-free, that's for sure. But Cash App, as I said a little earlier, they charge actually a small fee for instant transfers. Okay, so we're looking at what 0.5% to 1.75% of the transfer amount. So it's one of those things where people say time is money, right? So Cash App is really actually charging you for speed. So if you want things done a little faster, you have to pay for it, and Cash App is willing to do it for you as long as you are willing to actually pay for it. And so users like you and me that request a Cash App card are subject to fees for ATM use. I just said that a little earlier, $2.50. And Cash App may also charge a fee if you buy or sell Bitcoin. And the fee is listed before you complete the transaction anyway. So what happens here is that if you want to engage in a Bitcoin transaction, Cash App will list everything. So they'll give you all the details, like all the inherent charges, and they'll also let you know how much in the end you will see in your Bitcoin account before you initiate the transaction. So anyway, that's what we love about Cash App in terms of transparency. They'll actually see things, they'll show you things up front, so you have a clear idea what you're getting yourself into before engaging in the transaction. So that's kind of cool. And so let's talk about how long it does take to send money. Well, the thing is that when you think about Cash App, the Cash App payments are instant and funds are available to use immediately in most instances. Okay, so nothing really complicated here, nothing delayed here. And if your account activity lists a payment as pending, you may need to take action and follow the steps provided by the app to complete the transaction. What happens here is that sometimes your payment may be pending because for instance, Cash App is verifying something or asking you to provide additional paperwork or additional information. So always there'll be steps, there'll be instructions letting you know what you have to do to actually validate the transaction and let things proceed. And so basically, I think I've said to you before that there are some dollar limit on Cash App because Cash App is a transactional app. So what happens here is that they are covered by the AML laws. So AML, anti-money laundering, right? So federal regulators and also state regulators wants to make sure that there are limits, and Cash App is verifying who is initiating or even receiving money through the application. So Cash App restricts how much you can send or receive when you first open an account. So users can send up to $1,000 per 30-day period and receive up to $1,000 per 30-day period. So that's when you first open an account. So when you are kind of rookie to the platform, they want to make sure that they are verifying your account first. So Cash App users like you and me can have their accounts verified to access higher limits. If you don't verify your account, you will be stuck at $1,000 per 30-day period. And so sending limits vary depending on the amount of money Cash App approves you for. However, there's no limit to how much money you can receive through the mobile app once you are verified. Okay. Now let's talk about safety here. Is Cash App safe at all? Well, basically, Cash App actually employ the latest encryption and fraud protection technology to protect users like you and me. So as a security measure, the app will send you a one-time use code when logging into your account. So this is part of the two-factor authentication process, or the multi-factor authentication process. And so in terms of security, you're kind of safe, right? And so Cash App also offers optional settings to enable additional security measures. So by enabling a security lock, for example, every Cash App payment requires your passcode, so that's kind of cool, especially if you are sending a lot of cash, right? And so you can also disable your Cash App card within the app, which could come in handy if your card is lost or stolen. So that's kind of cool. And now the only thing is they have to understand that Cash App does not report payments to the IRS. So now in 2021, by the way, a law was created that aimed to revise tax reporting for P2P apps like Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Under the law, those companies will be required to report transactions of $600 or more for payments of goods and services. However, the IRS announced in 2022 that it was actually delaying the new reporting requirements until the 2024 tax filing season. So from 2024 onwards, they'll have to actually report transactions to the IRS. So what's the bottom line here? So when you think about Cash App and how does it work, it's important to really understand that it is a P2P app, okay? And everything starts when you download the mobile app and create an account. And so once you actually download the mobile app and create an account, you have to link a funding source. Now, when we talk about funding source, you have to really understand the funding source can be a checking account, a savings account, or even a debit card. Okay. And once your account is established, you can use a Cash App to request, send, or receive money. So that's kind of cool. And so when you think about the Cash App, what really makes the app special is that it offers a simple, modern way to send and receive money for free from your phone, right? I mean, the thing is that nowadays, a lot of folks, not even a lot of folks, the majority of us actually are using our mobiles way more often than our phone or our email, right? So that's why Cash App really comes in, because it really simplifies things for all of us. The app also provides banking and investing services in the same interface. That's kind of cool when you think about the holistic nature of a Cash App. In other words, you're doing you have a one-stop shop that really helps you out for all your financial transactions. Now, how is Cash App different from Venmo or PayPal? Well, Venmo operates similarly to Cash App, except that it is geared exclusively toward individuals. Cash App is also available for businesses. Also, users can sign up for a credit card through Venmo, but Cash App and PayPal also only offer debit cards. Plus, each mobile app has different transaction limits. And PayPal is really the oldest payment app around, and doesn't charge for sending money to family and friends, but it does charge some fees if you receive money for goods or services. Okay, so it's important to think about. And so how is Cash App different from Zelle? Well, Zelle is strictly a digital payment service, typically tied to your bank account, while Cash App also offers the ability to receive a free debit card. All Cash App accounts are subject to transaction limits, but users can go through a verification process to access higher limits, and Zelle transaction limits depend on whether your bank supports the service in the first place, and if so, then the bank sets the limit. If not, Zelle has a $500 weekly send limit, so that's kind of cool. So overall, fantastic card. Fantastic app, by the way. So in closing, today's conversation, I spoke to you about Cash App, and I gave you the general considerations. I gave you also the details about the app, and now the bottom line. Thank you so much. God bless you. I see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.